Jesus' Gospel of Salvation. In an age when technology transmits information at blistering speeds, it can be difficult to discern the source or truthfulness of what's received. Sometimes such great effort is made in presenting misinformation that it really does look like and sound like the truth, but it's not. However, this is not a new phenomenon in the spiritual realm of life. Whether we are Christian or not, we should be discerning of the things we take notice of. The Apostle Paul often exhorted his readers in this matter, with one such caution being found in Colossians chapter 2 verse 4. Here, following an amazing explanation of who Jesus Christ is, Jesus' gospel, and how believers are connected to him, Paul gives a short yet powerful warning. I say this in order that no one may delude you with plausible arguments. Today, as it was 2,000 years ago, some construct such appealing lines of reasoning that error about Jesus Christ may appear attractive. However, truth remains the best defence against error, and Paul knew this, which is why he wrote using precise terminology. Colossians chapter 1 verses 15 to 19 explains, Jesus is the image of the invisible God. By him all things were created in heaven and on earth. All things were created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. He is the head of the body, the church. He is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in everything he might be preeminent. In Jesus all the fullness of God was pleased to dwell. Jesus is unequalled in every way. After all, he is the Son of God in human flesh. Plus, he came to earth to save people who are alienated and hostile in mind, doing evil deeds against God. For everyone who believes in and receives Jesus, he has reconciled you to God through the death of Christ in his physical body. As a result, he has brought you into his own presence, and you are holy and blameless as you stand before God without a single fault. It's worth noting that people who are alienated and hostile in mind, doing evil deeds, usually don't want anything to do with God. They are happy being separated from God, which is why many falsely claim there is no God. It is also why some people are happy to spread misinformation about God and his Son Jesus. Yet it was for these very people, the hostile ones, that Jesus came to make reconciliation with God possible. Jesus made a peaceful path available for such people to come and be connected to God. You see, the truth of Jesus liberates people trapped in wrong thinking about God and their sin. Jesus' death on the cross was him taking the judgment for our sin. In fact, Jesus willingly remained on the cross until God had exhausted the entirety of his wrath on Jesus for our hostility and evil deeds against God. This is how God can be at peace with everyone who believes Jesus did this for them. The Bible calls this propitiation. Jesus took God's wrath against sinners, so that believing sinners can live with God being at peace with them. This belief brings transformation from spiritual death to life, from alienation to adoption into God's family, and from loving sin to hating it. The Bible calls this transformation the gospel, or salvation. The truth of Jesus Christ is infinitely better than the deception of spiritual misinformation. I encourage you to ensure that you believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and your Saviour. I'm Lincoln Forlong, and you can view the transcripts of the pastor's pen, including Bible references, at focusbiblechurch.com.